Hey, how y'all doing out there? This is Big Homie Primo, 188 Westside Piru, GBK, LA Bangers, the Big Homie, the Big Dog, 5startermovie.com. Check us out. We here rocking with Prestigious Film Majors, all right? Check them out, listen up, tune in, because if you don't tune in, I'm going to come see you. Don't correct me, I don't like being corrected.
You gotta do it again, it's pretentious, not prestigious.
Oh, it's pretentious.
I met Primo a few years back, and we did a 1-hour taped interview that ended up being a 2-minute piece called Gangbanging 101. He saw it, he liked it, we got closer through conversation. We both thought it would be good to work on a project together, so through those conversations and other ideas that I had, I wrote the storyline, and then we started auditioning people, and then we made the movie.
So this is basically a collaborative effort between the both of you. So Primo, were you essentially like a consultant for this, like this whole process?
I wouldn't say consultant. I would say I was. My opinion was appreciated. Like Keith said, we met on the documentary that we shot, and I wanted always to be in acting, and he was. He had the idea of the film, and he was like, what do you think? I was like, yeah, hell yeah, let's do it. And when he started calling up for the auditions and everything was in motion, I was like, yeah, let's do it. And we jumped on. Like, we shared stories between then. We've talked, kept in contact. And it was a beautiful journey up until now, and it's just getting better.
So I'm assuming, John, you auditioned for
Yeah.
your part. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
It was scary, but meeting these guys, knowing that they already had something so hard and they've been working on it for so long and they've been focused on something, so it's just like I was just kind of like jumping on the bandwagon, but at the same time, Primo really like sat me down and really like expressed himself that he's like this is something true to him and this is something real to him. So as me coming in on it, I have to treat it like it's just that way to me, and I felt like it was a great opportunity they gave me, and I'm very, very thankful for it, and thankful for both of these guys. These guys are some really cool guys.
So a big thing that's being pushed for this film is that the line between fiction and reality tends to get blurred a bit just for the audience to help them get more immersed in the world. Why did you think that was so important to tell this particular story?
There's a lot of different ways to tell a story, but my interest was trying to work in an area where the realities depicted get activated in the world outside. So since I'm trying to get into things that are kind of intimate human emotions and transformations, but also set within a very clear socio-political context, I thought that by activating that frame and outside the frame, when you walk out the door, you're not saying like, well, that was a nice story. Mm-hmm. Instead, you're feeling like that's a reality that I participate in, right? So it doesn't just stop when you walk out of the movie. If it does just stop, there's that's a different movie, and I hope that movie is a good one, but I hope the movie that you walk away with is more related to the real world of your everyday experience, right? Where there are real people who do things and go through experiences and they get affected by politics and everyday life policies.
Do you guys think everyone will be able to relate to this story, even though it focuses particularly on just like gang and street life? Do you think it'll be harder for some audience members to engage with that?
I personally think, I would hope everyone could actually understand it, but reality is they won't. You'll have a couple of people who are not open-minded to actually taking themselves and putting themselves in those shoes, or accepting that, what this is reality on this side of the streets. And some people will get it. After the review last night, if I can say so, I haven't had one person come up to me and say, oh my God, I wasn't touched. Like, everyone walked into the theater with an open mind, open eyes, and they were just open and on the edge of their seats to embrace what was put on the film, to see how life on this side of the street and life on that side of the street can actually come together. How one person can change another person's mind and help him change.
The one thing I would say about that is there may be people who feel like, I already know this landscape, so I don't need to go see a movie like that. My hope is, and I'm fairly optimistic about this, is that, sorry, rude. My hope is that people who go see the movie, that getting them in the theater is always a challenge for any kind of movie, but my hope is that once you're in there, you realize, oh, this may be set in a specific context, but there's still human complexity and realities and kind of tenderness and beauty and joy and all the range of things there. So that's not just like, oh, I don't know anything about gang life, so I don't know that story. That's because I don't know anything about gang life either, right? That's not, I'm not a gangologist or something.